Welcome everyone.
Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. No run back here on the opening kickoff as we'll start at the 25. So out come the Rams down for their first possession. They'll be led out by a longtime starter in the NFL, a former #1 overall pick way back in 2009. It's Matthew Stafford.
A seasoned veteran. We're seeing more chapters being added in Stafford's decorated career. Secured a Super Bowl ring, remains a respected leader, and his stats, they're better than ever. Now we just continue to watch him climb the ranks of the NFL's all-time passing leaders.
They'll fake it. Now Stafford. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete.
The defender certainly didn't forget about him leaking out of the backfield. There was a guy ready and waiting to pick him up in coverage, and that throw had no shot.
To throw again on second down. Stafford. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's third down.
All right, partner, I'm going to be Captain Obvious right here. Not the start you're looking for offensively, right? Incomplete pass, followed by a sack.
And when he went down, it looked like that right ankle got turned, but thankfully he popped up okay, and they breathed a sigh of relief on that sideline. So now Stafford and the Rams, after the sack, well, they're staring up at a third and long. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, a hit. He lost the football. Stafford puts it on the ground. Unfortunately, he's able to reel it back in, but it's going to go down as a big loss here on the play. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
Dixon, the punter, is on as he sends it away. Taking on the midfield logo. And he takes us just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And the Eagles will have great starting field position here as they take over. Philly's offense getting ready, and Jalen Hurts ready to lead them. The second-round pick who started his career at Alabama, then finished with an electric senior season at Oklahoma.
And that's really good field position they were given. Now, nothing's a gimme. We know that. But I know his goal have the field goal kicker just stay on the bench. They want to put it in the end zone and get 6 out of this one. If they don't, I think it'll feel like a disappointment.
Here we go. Ready.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Here we go now on 1st and goal. They'll run with Sanders. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line.
That's good power football on 1st and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there, but that's a nice job to trip a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
It'll be Hurts on the option. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And the Rams have got it back.
Well, give some credit to the defense. They forced the big play, knocked the ball free from him, but that's a cardinal sin by the quarterback. Know where you are on the field, and he just gave up at a minimum 3 points.
And instead of getting down, takes the contact. The turnover ensues. And they'll get him down up past the 15. They went 3. Already looking better here, 1st and 10. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Off the fake to Akers, here's Stafford. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by James Bradbury. And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football. So they tried to take the deep shot there, but this defense up to the task.
And a lot of times when you air a ball out like this, if it does get intercepted, there's going to be a lot of space out there to set up a return. And remember, you've got 5 big offensive linemen out there playing on their feet in open space. Not a skill most of them possess that allows for extra yardage on the return.
So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their second drive. They'll have very good starting field position here after the turnover as they search for the first points of the ball game. They'll throw on 1st down with Hurts. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
That could have been a huge play, but give the defender credit. Stayed calm, stayed collected, and kept himself in a position to make a play on the ball without a penalty.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Sanders toss left side. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. On 3rd down, they turn to Sanders. But he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12. Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the 3rd down conversion.
So it's pretty simple, partner. You pick up a turnover, set you up in excellent field position. The last thing you want to do is go 3 and out in this spot.
Yeah, they would have had to settle for a field goal attempt, but now they keep those touchdown hopes alive. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Miles Sanders, a 12-yard touchdown run. And the Eagles take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown.
I can't help it, partner. I love backs that have a lot of burst.
Yeah, they ran the toss play. By the way, sometimes you'll hear toss and pitch used interchangeably, but that was the toss.
Well, for me, a toss, quarterback takes the snap, turns around, tosses it to
like
the tailback. Yeah, like an egg underhanded rule with 2 hands. And a pitch, usually like you're running an option-type play, and you pitch it out there to the trailing back.
It goes end over end like a field goal.
Yeah, where you turn it over, make sure that thumb turns down, and the ball flips end over end slowly and delicately to your running back.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And they'll start at the 25 as Powell decides against returning it. And the Rams getting set to go now. As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way, because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high. So maybe give him a couple easy throws that he can complete and then get to the running game and try and get things settled down.
And still in the first half here, a long way to go. The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on third down. Back to throw, Stafford. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. This is taken at the 23. A nice return that time of about 14 yards. And the Eagles will have it, taking over first and 10. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out first and 10. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Now second quarter action from Philadelphia, and it's the Eagles in possession. Second and 10. Hurts. He's going deep for Brown. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A.J. Brown, 63 yards. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. And there, Charles, he lined up out left, ran the post, caught it over the middle, and the rest, as they say, is history.
And you have to love the scheme that they just showed there, because if you're going to run a deep post, you ordinarily have to get a safety out of the middle of the field. And you do it one of two ways. Either by running routes at him that carries him away from it, or you either freeze him in the middle with routes that run underneath so that he doesn't get depth. Then you throw it over the top, and boy, what a successful play that was.
Elliott good on the extra point, and it's now 14-0. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy two-play drive that time. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And they'll start at the 25 as Powell decides against returning it. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. To try again after the sack. Stafford on the move to his left. And he's taken down. It's a gain of 3 from the 17 to the 20. A tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains. Third and long. It's Stafford. Eagle pressure. Too much this time. Down he goes. A well-designed corner blitz that gets him for a loss of 8 yards. Fourth down, so on is the punter, Riley Dixon. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Fielded at the 43. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And this offense, they're going to have an excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. This offense returns to the field, and the former Penn State star Miles Sanders, we're going to look at him. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. Second down, back to Sanders. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks. Here comes Sanders on the toss right. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on second down and 11. They'll fake the give to Sanders.
Great to see everyone here. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe.
As a coaching staff, you can call just about whatever you want, because you understand you have guys who reliably take away those massive shots downfield. You're not as worried about giving up the big one.
They go play action with Hurts, letting one go deep for the end zone. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
Oh, and Elliott has pushed it to the right. It is no good, and this will remain a 2-touchdown game.
This is always a tricky angle for a right-footed kicker, because he's trying to draw it to the center of the uprights, but instead he pushes it to the right, and it's no good.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense.
Everything all right.
Play action, Stafford. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
Well, this defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a second half that they have to play. But so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They've forced him into errant throws. Everything they're doing has been executed.
We've missed 2 passing plays in the FG.
Throwing again on second and 10. Stafford, he rifles one that's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
Hurts a handoff to Sanders, and he is not going to go anywhere. They're going to get to him behind the line, and that is going to get us to the 2-minute warning. Excellent effort defensively. Tackle for loss goes to Leonard Floyd. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's second and 12. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but from the spot, actually no gain. So third and long. Throwing is Hurts. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Well, their first 2 drives yielded touchdowns, so there's no reason for them to feel like they have to pull back on the reins. They pushed it downfield, looking for another one right there. Didn't get it, but we know they're going to continue to be bold.
The kick by Elliott is good.
Face with open mouth thinking face.
So the interception set him up in terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
After the field goal, here's Elliott to kick it away. And they'll They'll start at the 25 as Powell decides against returning it. The Rams offense and Matthew Stafford heading back out. He's been picked off twice in this ball game already.
Did you change the difficulty?
Out here as they begin with a first down. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked. That sack courtesy of the effort of Hassan Reddick. But Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon.
HMMM, the computer must be getting to know you. Creepy.
And pressure coming, and they got him once again. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Going to know very well.
After the sack, they're staring up at a 3rd and long. Not wanting to risk another sack, they'll play it safe with a run. Stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half.
Winning squinting face nice.
Riley Dixon now to punt it away. Fielded right around his own 43. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, we now proceed to the start of the second half.
Both these teams making their final halftime adjustments. We're just about ready to get back to football. So for the call of the second half, we get back up to Philadelphia and Brandon Gott.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the third quarter gets underway. Taking in at the 3. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. The Eagles ready to go on offense to begin this third quarter.
So close to getting away.
Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Out to his left. He's going deep for Brown. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Well, even with a huge lead, he was looking for more points. Wanted the deep shot downfield. That one goes incomplete. Obviously, he wants to put more points on the board.
It's a second down run with Sanders. 64 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
Right back
Good
to
running.
Sanders on first down.
Stinking face.
Oh, he's got some breathing room. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Miles Sanders with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Eagles come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. The bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
face exploding head.
Elliott now to add the extra point. And the lead is now 24. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it was Miles Sanders who finished it off with a touchdown run.
Defend the run game.
Elliott on to kick it away. And they'll start at the 25 as Powell decides against returning it. Out come the Rams. They'll have it first here to begin the third quarter. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
And the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked. Fletcher Cox able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. There's Stafford.
All right.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Darius Slay with a pick. And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
They'll run with Sanders up the middle. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Mark that as a gain of 16 to set him up.
Has this kind of defense ever happened before? If it has, I've never seen it before.
It almost feels like he can just grab his briefcase and head home after putting in a full day's work at the office, doesn't it?
They'll go again with Sanders. And a little bit of space there takes it inside the 5 to the 3. Give him 4 on the carry there. It's 2nd and goal. Sanders will get down close to the goal line, but not in, as he'll be marked down at the 1. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. They'll try to run with Sanders, and he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. Miles Sanders punching it in from a yard away. And the Eagles have opened the lead up to 30. So the second down run didn't work. They run it again on 3rd down and get in. I wasn't sure if they might pass it, Charles. We know that they like to mix it up down here around the goal line.
Yeah, almost felt like the offensive line said, forget mixing it up. Let's call our favorite running play over our best blockers, and let's get this one in.
Elliott good with a PAT, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. So that drive, 4 plays, and it was Miles Sanders who finished it off with a touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And they'll start at the 25 as Powell decides against returning it. Things, unfortunately, continuing to implode here. The interception he threw on the previous drive, of course, led to the touchdown. And that deficit widening a little bit further. 1st and 10. Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. He starts with a give to Akers. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a 1st down. Stafford going to give this to Akers. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. On 2nd and 11 now. Stafford, he'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. Stafford. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Hassan Reddick picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. Here's Riley Dixon now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Fielded just inside the 30. A good return there, 17 yards. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. Well, they got to be thrilled with how they've operated so far in this one. They've got the nice lead, and now a chance to score here on 3 straight possessions.
Yeah, and the way that they are rolling, I just don't know how they get slowed down, because they certainly are operating at peak efficiency right now. They might want to think about giving some of their backups a little bit of work, though. Let some other guys get on the field and do their thing and save some of this for the next time out.
Up the middle they go with Sanders. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And the Rams are going to get the football back as time will run out in this 3rd quarter of play. So it'll be a change of possession on the turnover when we get back. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by James Bradbury. And the Eagles are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. Well, they've got the huge lead now. They have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road and help seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
Now back to work for Miles Sanders in the Philly offense. I guess it kind of goes without saying at this point, but he's had a great game, as we like to say, a nose for the end zone, no doubt.
Continues to find it throughout this game, and I'm sure he's got a nice place to live. He might want to make an offer on the end zone for a second home, because that's what it's been like throughout this contest. He knows how to get there, and boy, he looks happy when he does.
He's already bought all the property in the end zone. That's the problem. He's going to sell to himself now. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Another run here with Sanders. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Uses the stiff arm. And some nice running going to get him down close to a first down at the Rams 31. 165 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
They'll try and run for it with Sanders. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Give him a yard on the play, and he's definitely short. It'll be 4th down and a few inches. Going for it with Sanders. And some space here. And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17. The conversion is successful with a sizable gain of 13 and the decision to go for it. Looks like a smart one. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Hurts sets up to throw it. Looking sideline, incomplete. A CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make...
And give them another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. Well, when coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
Elliott good on the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And they'll start at the 25 as Powell decides against returning it. L.A. set to take over again on offense. Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses have put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. And that's good for a gain of 6, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Here's Riley Dixon now, as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. Fielded at about the 28. And he'll be forced out of bounds all the way down inside the 20. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. shotgun snap, and then the give to Sanders. And he's going to push his way down to about the 12. Boy, 184 yards rushing for him now in the afternoon as he continues to put a hurt on this defense. Second down, back to Sanders. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 9 yards on the play there, and it'll set him up first and goal.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal from the 1. Another run with Sanders. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Well, when they said before the game that they were going to try and execute every second of this contest, I guess that was taken literally, because here they are in the final moments of the 4th, putting another touchdown on the board, Charles, to add to this big lead.
I'm not a big believer in 110%, but it certainly applies here, doesn't it? Because some guys just can't go with less. As long as there's time left on the clock, they're pushing to get to the end zone one more time. They don't really care about what the optics show. They just want to finish the game off the way that they like to play it. Full speed, all out.
Elliott good with a PAT. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And they'll start at the 25 as Powell decides against returning it. And the Rams now coming out on the field. At this point, partner, things looking pretty bleak. They still haven't scored here in the 4th quarter, facing the big deficit. What silver linings, what can they look to do here offensively?
You know, it's funny, I talked about this with a coach in the offseason and kind of had this scenario, like what feels good to you and what feels good to your team. You're down big. You really have like 1 possession left, and you're trying to put points on the board that don't matter. But do they? And he told me they actually do matter. And in this situation, he's going to try and run the best offense he can run to have at least a little bit of confidence to take away from that game. So right now, they're going to try their best to get something up on the board and not get shut out.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Stafford. That's into the hands of Akers, complete. And he is going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So flying Eagles fly. It's a victory for Philadelphia. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be a
Offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one, and that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, up a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory.
Welcome everyone. All right. Has that kind of defense ever happened before? If it has, I've never seen it before. More Madden? That's it for right now. Thanks David and everyone for watching. Victory hand flex biceps 100 points. Alright, going to go work on my project. Thanks for having me. Pleasure as always.